What is going on, everybody? Welcome into the Monday morning edition of the PrizePicks Prop Show here at FTNFantasy.com. My name is Zach Graham, aka Kawaisenberg DFS, ready to jump into today's short 3-game MLB slate. We've also got 2 games in the WNBA to discuss, and NBA free agency in full swing. Congrats to the Philadelphia contingent of our FTN community. It is vast here at FTN, so I know some excitement around the moves that the Philadelphia 76ers have made in the last 24 hours. I believe the Sixers jumping up to second or third, depending on which book you look at, in terms of those title odds for next season. Shout out to my Spurs for bringing Chris Paul to South Central Texas. I do have a couple, or at least one NBA season-long pick. I think we're going to save that for later in the week because, again, I'm not trying to tie up any funds in a single season-long pick with some picks from today on Monday. So maybe we'll have a little 2, 3, 4 pick NBA season-long selection to give out later in the week, but start to take a look at those lines as, pieces fall into place in the NBA. Good to see Hugo in here this morning. Chris Paul and Wemby. Yeah, man. I mean, I think Chris Paul is going to jump up into second there on the all-time assist list sooner rather than later. It's going to be fun to watch. But let's jump into some of the picks here today. Again, just 3 games in the MLB. So I actually only have 1 pick to give out here this morning. And if you are in the FTN Fantasy Discord and in that Pick'em Games channel, right, you're a subscriber here, you have access to the channel, you already know what we're about to talk about here. Alex has already dropped a pick on Underdog, a pick over at Boom Fantasy. So the one MLB pick we're going to talk about here, Yariel Rodriguez on the bump here today for the Blue Jays. Astros in town. Hunter Brown on the bump for what it's worth there for the Stros. We're going to go, and you can see only one Rodriguez prop up here. And this is actually an Underdog specific play now because I can go over here and check on PrizePicks. Yeah, so they have taken the Rodriguez strikeout prop that was at 3.5 about an hour ago. And now you've got a Demon at 4.5, a Goblin at 2.5. And we are looking for a less than selection here on Rodriguez and his strikeout prop of 3.5. So again, you can find that over at Underdog Fantasy right now. You can also find it at Boom Fantasy. I haven't actually looked at Sleeper at this point in the morning. I imagine Sleeper's got a Rodriguez case prop up there because I think, again, PrizePicks kind of the standout here, the exception at this point for those Rodriguez props. So over at Underdog, that's where, again, Alex already dropped a little 3-pick play in there. On the Underdog side this morning, this is the one MLB pick that we are on there. And I guess while we're talking, again, about the different sites, we got to talk about all of our friends here. If you have not signed up yet at PrizePicks, do so using the promo code FTN. It will get you a 100% deposit match bonus at sign up, and that's up to $100. And I mentioned the Sleeper app. If you download the Sleeper app, you can use that same promo code and you get the same deposit match bonus offer. Promo code FTN, 100% deposit match up to $100 at Sleeper. Also, again, Boom Fantasy. I don't have a fancy little graphic for them up here yet, but you go sign up there with the promo code FTN. Like I mentioned, 2 Boom Fantasy picks already in that Pick'em Games channel. And as we speak, if you're an FTN subscriber, you can see Alex continuing to talk about some of his methodology here when it comes to those Boom Fantasy selections. So again, you can sign up with us at FTN. It's about $40 a month to get access to everything we've got here, but the VIP Plus subscription is no doubt the best value here. And I think, again, in my opinion, one of the best values in the industry. $299.99 for the year. VIP Plus subscription gets you access to everything we have here under the FTN Fantasy umbrella, access to all of our season-long sports betting, daily fantasy, all of that content, all of our advanced statistics, our projection models, and again, access to all 3 of our Discord servers, where that Pick'em Games channel, again, alive and well here this morning. And again, Boom Fantasy, promo code FTN, it's a up to a $100 risk-free play on that deposit match bonus. So, and again, Hugo in here helping me out as the co-host here in the chat. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. It helps grow the channel, helps grow the stream. And then Alex, again, kind of one of the Philadelphia captains, I think, around these parts, all caps, Paul George. So again, not last but not least here, right, when we're talking about these other sites, and again, that underdog play in the Pick'em Games channel. If you have not signed up yet at Underdog Fantasy, it's the same promo code across all of these fantastic sites. Promo code FTN gets you a 50% deposit match bonus, but that's up to $250 right now at Underdog. And with that promo code, you will also get the new customer discounted pick. So discounted pick, deposit match bonus, promo code FTN over there at Underdog. Oh my God, Hugo. I don't know. I don't think they've posted that one yet. Maybe you can give them some insight. Let's continue through the picks here. And again, we've got the Rodriguez pick, right? Let's talk about the WNBA. Just a 2-game slate here tonight in the W, and a late one. Both of these games tipping off at 10 p.m. Eastern. We've got games in Seattle and Phoenix here tonight. And taking a look at this one, I want to start in Seattle. I've got a 2-pack here of Storm props, and we're going to stick in the front court for both of them. Storm, 11.5-point home favorites here. Pace picking up a little bit here, 168 implied total. But I'm going to start with Easy Magbegor, and we're going to go back to a less than selection on her fantasy score prop, 35.5. Again, I still think this prop is just a little bit high. We've seen it kind of bouncing between this 35.5 and like all the way up to 37.5 a week or two ago. And look, she's been great this year. We talked about multiple times over the last few weeks about her stocks and how that was a little bit high, right? It was like 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, we were talking about her averaging 3 blocks per game. Again, that is down to 2.2 now. So we found success over the last month or so, looking at players like Magbegor, looking at players like Kayla McBride, players who were just either over or underperforming what we should expect out of them over a full season. And I still think Easy is just a little bit high here, especially with the double-digit spread. And I think you get a little bit of correlation there. Again, this is just coming from the Noggin model, but I'm going to go to NECA, and you get Nneka Ogwumike here, more than 16.5 points. First of all, NECA averaging over 17 points. Luka Garza back to the T-Wolves 2-year deal. Good for Luka. 17.4 points per game this season here with the Storm. Obviously on a team that was more NECA-centric with the Sparks last year, 19.1 points per game last season. But again, the efficiency is up for NECA with this Storm team. They have been fantastic to start the year here. They've won 3 straight, again, including blowing out this same Dallas team at home on Saturday, right? 21-point victory there. NECA had 16 points, but lost a significant amount of time to that blowout. Played just 25 minutes in that game. Again, Ogwumike is averaging 32.1 minutes per game on the season. And again, it is a double-digit spread here, 11.5 to the home team. But again, I think 16.5, just a little bit too low here for NECA. So Easy less than 35.5 fantasy score. NECA more than 16.5 points. And then you guys don't think I can say Nneka Ogwumike? Come on, man. I've been around these WNBA streets for a good bit now. So let's close it out here. This will be the last pick of the stream. So we're going to go to Phoenix. The Sun are in town. And look, if you're looking for the competitive matchup tonight, this is the one to actually watch. If you're a sicko like me and you actually watch these WNBA games, Connecticut 2.5-point road favorites here, rather. Again, you see a game with Connecticut, you expect that total to be sub 160, implied total of 157.5 here. But taking a look at Copper, again, this is a matchup. They've already met once so far this season in Connecticut back early in the season, May 28th. That was a 23-point Sun win here. And the Mercury with Brittany Griner back in the mix have been a much tougher out over the last 5 or 6 games, right? You've seen victories over Seattle, over the Liberty, blew out the Sparks. And then if you were paying attention yesterday to the WNBA, you had Phoenix and the Fever and Caitlin Clark's squad with the comeback victory there yesterday. So second end of a back-to-back here. Copper, probably her worst performance of the season. The only other one that you could argue is that matchup against Connecticut earlier in the year. But again, I think Griner's presence makes a significant difference here. You actually see a slight uptick in Kalea Copper's rates. Her usage stays in the low 30s here. So the selection that I've got, again, because we were talking underdog in the Discord channel this morning, I like both the points and the fantasy points props for Copper, more than selections on those. At PrizePicks, the points prop is set at 19.5. I think that is a very fair more than selection. But when you're looking at underdog, they've got Copper's points prop up at 20. So more than 28.5 fantasy score is the pick here for me. Copper on the season right at 1. PrizePicks fantasy score point per minute. Again, that fantasy scoring the same over there on underdog. Again, I mentioned the I think it's 33% usage rate. I've got it right here. Couple clicks. Yeah, 33. Good memory there. 32.9% usage rate for Copper on the season. And again, has been slightly better on a fantasy point per minute rate with Griner in the lineup this season. So a little bit of that gravity that somebody like Brittany Griner brings to both sides of the floor, benefiting her teammates, benefiting her team. Again, winners of 5 of their last 8. So those are the picks here for this morning. Again, just the 3-game MLB slate, only 2 in the W. But looking forward very much so to Summer League. And of course, the DFS side, if you have been around the FTN streets, you know we hit the Summer League DFS hard, but we also hit the props hard. And we should get props for the, I don't think the Utah Summer League is, I think that's gone now. Let me see. I know there's the California Summer League coming up. Okay, so they do have Utah. So we still got the Cali Classic. We've still got Utah. That takes place before the Vegas Summer League, right? That's the main event. That starts at the end of next week. But we will have NBA Summer League props for, again, assuming these sites roll them out again as they did for the Cali Classic, for the Utah Summer League last summer. I imagine we will have some of those. So very much looking forward to Summer League kicking off as well. Of course, the draft taking place last week, free agency starting yesterday. Look, man, the sports calendar doesn't stop. Maybe we have a little bit of lulls here or there, but you got about 30 minutes until the Euros kick off again for the day. Copa America tonight, the U.S. almost a must-win, a must-result scenario. We'll say that against Uruguay. 3 games in the MLB, 2 games in the W. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of the PrizePicks Prop Show. You'll see Alex, same time, same place here. And before we get out of here, Hugo's got some free agency talk. Offloading THJ for Grimes was a win. Sucks to lose Derek Jones Jr., but Najee Marshall, a nice get. I very much agree, and we'll see if they can still, the word is they're still trying to lure Klay Thompson there, which I do not hate. I do not hate. Like, look, for all the narrative that was around Klay Thompson last year, right? Got benched a couple times, had some very rough shooting stretches. pretty sure the guy still averaged like 17 points a game, and for long stretches, like I think on the season was like 39% from three. So it is not all gone for Klay, and playing a role on a team like the Mavericks, I think that could work quite well. So that'll do it for us. Again, the picks on the stream here today: Yariel Rodriguez less than 3.5 strikeouts. You're going to have to find that on Underdog or one of our other partner sites there, because PrizePicks again has made that a goblin or a demon only. Then in the WNBA side, we've got Magbagor less than 35.5 fantasy score, Agumake more than 16.5 points, and Kalea Copper more than 28.5 fantasy score, or more than 19.5 points if you prefer that. Appreciate everybody tuning in, sticking with me, whether you caught it live or on the replay. On your way out, subscribe to the channel on YouTube, hit the like button on this video, and you'll see Alex here tomorrow. As always, good luck tonight, everybody.